What is going on, YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we're talking about another interesting pick that I think will hopefully help you guys gain a ton of elo if you pick it up. Skarner received some big buffs in patch 10.15, and I think he's going to be absolutely busted in the top lane as a full tank in this patch. I think he's going to be a very good pick to pick up now and start playing, and again start gaining a ton of LP. In this video we're just going to be breaking all that down. We're going to be going over the buffs, going over how to make this pick work, and how some high elo players are making it work right now for themselves. Before we get into this one, I just want to mention real quick, if you're not already subscribed, definitely click that subscribe button really quick. It helps you guys stay updated on the latest content and helps me out a ton as well. Also, check out the link for Robinhood in the description below if you want to receive a free stock just for signing up. With that being said, here we go, getting into today's video. Again, we are talking about full tank Skarner in the top lane. First up, we can start by talking about his buffs in patch 10.15, which just came out a couple hours ago. His Q damage ratios, it used to be total AD, so going full damage Skarner used to make a little bit of sense, going like Triforce to Rock. Some people even went stuff like Infinity Edge, Maw Malmortius, all that stuff. They were trying to get a bunch of damage on Skarner because he had up to 45% total AD damage ratio on his Q, but now they've lowered that down to 15% total AD, but they've given you plus 3% of the target's maximum health at max rank. That means you're going to be able to shred through fighters, bruisers, tanks. You're going to be doing so much percent max health damage with Skarner's Q. It's going to be super good. The Q buff also lasts for an extra second now, and it costs a little bit more mana, but that's not too bad. And then the E, the missile no longer loses travel speed after hitting an enemy, so you're going to be able to stun people up more often, lock them down more often, and then apply that Q on them even more often. And again, you're going to be doing a ton of max health damage. You're going to be doing a ton of damage. I think that is really good for Skarner in the top lane, where you're seeing a lot of tanks, a lot of bruisers, a lot of fighters, a lot of guys with a lot of health, because you're going to be able to shred through them, so that's going to be really good. But again, you're not going to be going that full damage Skarner build anymore. It'll be situational. There'll be times for it. Conquer Skarner will still have its place, especially in the top lane, but most of the time you're going to be going full tank. And on the screen right now, we're taking a look at Merthos. He's a Diamond 1 Skarner top lane one trick. He's been as high as Challenger before. He always knows the latest and greatest Skarner builds, Skarner setups, Skarner just practices, all that stuff, mechanics, combos, whatever. And he's been playing full tank Skarner so far in patch 10.15. So again, we're going to be running through what he's kind of doing in this patch so far to make this work. He's going Grasp the Undying Skarner with Shield Bash, Bone Plating, Overgrowth, Biscuit Delivery, and Approach Velocity. Again, Grasp the Undying is going to be super good for Skarner. If you're going full tank, you want to have that extra health, that extra tankiness. Grasp the Undying is going to be a really nice scaling rune for you, making you a really nasty tank as you're able to kind of stack it up a little bit. Because Skarner's pretty weak in lane. This is a scaling pick. This isn't a guy that's super good in the early game, so having as much scaling as you can is going to be really good. Shield Bash, Skarner has a shield, so that's going to be really good with you. Bone Plating going to help you just survive that extra poke and stuff in lane because you're trying to scale up. Overgrowth going to help you be even tankier as the game goes on. Biscuit Delivery, again, giving you that extra sustain in lane because you're going to be pretty weak in lane. You're going to be getting poked down. You're going to take some bad trades and stuff, but Biscuit Delivery is going to help you stay topped off. Then Approach Velocity is actually one of the best runes in the game on Skarner. You get that 7.5% movement speed on CC'd champions, which is going to help you out a ton, but then that gets doubled if you're the one that CC's them. So you hit your E on them, you slow them, and then you get a 15% speed boost. That allows you to land your E stun more often. It allows you to ult people more often. It's going to be so disgusting, and top lane is so long that you're just going to get such a massive speed boost that you just get to run people down. It's going to be super broken. Approach Velocity, I think, is pretty underrated on Skarner. Something you definitely need to be taking. As far as the skill order, depending on the lane, Merthos will either start with a point in E or Q, but then eventually he's going to be maxing Q first, then E, then W. Q is going to be all your damage, all that percent max health damage that we talked about, that's going to be coming out of your Q, so you want to have that. Points in your E are also obviously always good, and then you're going to be putting a point in ult whenever that comes up as well. As far as the build, in most games right now, Merthos is going for Ninja Tabby, and then he's going into Sunfire Cape, and then going for an Iceborne Gauntlet. So he still has a Sheen item, he's still going for a little bit of damage, because damage is pretty good on Skarner. After that, he's going for Abyssal Mask, usually into Warmog. So those are pretty much the core items: the Sunfire Cape, the Iceborne, the Abyssal Mask, and the Warmogs. Again, that's a ton of health, a ton of tankiness. It's going to let you survive for even longer, so you can get more Qs off in fights, because that percent max health damage is going to need to be used over time. It's going to have to, you're not going to like one-shot people, you're not going to explode people, but if you get 3, 4, 5 Qs off in a fight, you're going to be doing so much damage to them. So you need to be really tanky, you need to have have a ton of survivability, and these builds do just that. And then you do still have a Sheen item that's still gonna help your split pushing a little bit, gonna help you take towers, gonna help you just do extra damage. It's still gonna be pretty fun to play. But yeah, the full tank Skarner, it's really good right now. He's putting up some crazy scores. It's definitely buffed up. It's definitely good. It definitely has a ton of good matchups in the top lane, and it's something I think you guys can really abuse. As far as Skarner, playing him in the top lane, he is, again, really weak in the lane phase. He doesn't have a ton of good matchups early. He's not going to be like solo killing people level 3 or anything. Doesn't have a good level 3 power spike. He's really strong at 6. So until then, you do have to kind of farm up safe. You're going to be pushed under tower a lot. You're just going to be trying to pick up all the CS you can. But once you hit 6, you then have a ton of options. You can either call your jungler up to the top lane, because you have so much CC where you can lock people down for so long with your E, with your ult. You can run them down with your W, with approach velocity, with flash. And you and your jungler should get a free kill on their top laner once Skarner hits 6. You also have the option to pick up the Spire in the river, and you can roam to mid lane and look for an ult, for like a flash ult. Also, you can do the same thing, looking for the other team's jungler. But you really want to be playing with your jungler, playing with your mid laner, looking around, looking to make plays together. Because while Skarner can make plays on his own, he's really good with the team. And again, setting people up, ulting people, setting them up for free kills. That's where Skarner is going to be at his best. Those are the plays you should be looking for. But yeah, he's a really easy champion to pull off. Again, he's not like Zed, he's not Yasuo. He does have, you can learn Skarner, you can get better at Skarner. You can start to learn his damage, when to use your ult, different little tips and tricks on him and stuff. But you're going to be able to pick him up pretty fast. And I think he's an easy champion to pull off, and I think he's very strong in the top lane. So he has a lot of stuff that makes him really good for solo queue, and I think you guys will be able to pick this pick up fast, gain a lot of LP, start winning a lot of games. Maybe not right away, but pretty soon, because he's really strong, really easy to play, even though I'm sure not a lot of people have played Skarner in the top lane before, but I think now's a great time to do so. But yeah, pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about full tank Skarner in the top lane? If you guys try it out, let me know how that goes. Subscribe to the latest content. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.